Hiya guys, welcome back to Newcastle Fans TV. This video is sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball have all the stats going into the final day of the Premier League season and also have all the stats for the playoffs and the Champions League final between Tottenham and Liverpool in the next few weeks. So yeah, download the OneFootball app. The link will be in the description. This is the preview. Final game of the season, Fulham versus Newcastle. This is a game, I think, after Newcastle played Fulham just a couple of days before Christmas. You thought, well, this might be a relegation decider, but no. Newcastle absolutely fine, flying high in 14th, if you're saying that's flying high, and Fulham relegated and have been so for a long, long time. However, there has been a little bit of a resurrection under the former Newcastle United midfielder Scott Parker. He actually won the club's last bit of silverware. Well, if you get rid of the championship trophies, if you can remember the Intertoto Cup, yeah, I don't really class that as a trophy either, but there is a picture of Scott Parker holding that before a match and he looks absolutely delighted and thrilled. Not. But yeah, Scott Parker has taken over from Claudio Ranieri and till the end of the season at the very least, and you have to say he's done a pretty good job. A couple of good performances. Obviously, they got beat off Wolves last time out, only 1-0, but Mitrovic had a really good chance. We'll talk about him a little bit later on. But yeah, Fulham are not as bad, I think, as what people have made out. They've brought in a lot of players last summer, and it hasn't really worked out in that sense. But they have a core of players where you think that if they stay next season, they've got a good chance of getting promotion. Like Tom Kearney, Alexander Mitrovic, maybe even Chambers, if they can get him on loan for another year. You know, that's a good core of players, and maybe Fulham can do something next season with Scott Parker at the helm. So, who is Fulham's big danger man? Well, we all know the biggest danger man for Fulham, and that is the former Newcastle striker Alexander Mitrovic. You know, there was always the arguments whether Mitrovic should play for Newcastle when Rafa was in charge, or while Rafa's still in charge, I should say. And yeah, he's done okay for Fulham in terms of goals, but he hasn't really scored in a long time. He scored, I think his last goal was against Bournemouth, but it's not really been consistent by Alexander Mitrovic. However, still, I think he's got about 8 or 9 goals this season for Fulham. So you have to say that if he doesn't score, Fulham are knackered really, because they just don't have a lot of threat from a lot of other places. You know, would you have kept Mitrovic? Get your comments in below. I personally wouldn't have, because if he's not going to fit, he wasn't going to fit into Rafa's plans. He's a big asset in terms of Newcastle because of his age and the fact that he scored so many goals for Fulham last season in the Championship. And, you know, he's carried that on this season. So Fulham would probably say it was probably just about value for money, because they can probably sell him for the same amount of money if they wanted to another Premier League club this season. Can't see him come back to Newcastle, but no, I think Fulham would be quite happy with what they got with the money that they paid for. I think it was around about £25 million, which I thought was a fantastic deal for both parties. But yeah, Newcastle have to look at Ryan Babel, the former Liverpool player. You know, he scored against Liverpool a few games ago, but he's a real threat. He's got that experience as well. He has been linking up with the likes of Mitrovic as well, which has been good to see from a Fulham point of view. But he's another player that you'd have to watch and go. Just keep an eye on him if it's Manquillo on that right wing back. Well, it will be because DeAndre Edlin's out of this game because he's had an operation. But I'm positive that Newcastle can get something from this game, and let's touch about Newcastle and why I think that they can get something from this game, that they can go in with a little bit of confidence. I know they only just got beat off Liverpool, and people might look at it and go, well, a few minutes until the end and they would concede, but we played really, really well against Liverpool. I thought we were defensively okay for the most part against a very, very good Liverpool team that have just beaten Barcelona 4-0. You know, 4-0. We only got beat off Liverpool 3-2. And they've got Messi and co. I know it's just a little tongue in cheek, but in all seriousness, it was a close game. But I don't think Fulham will be able to handle Perez and Rondon. I really don't. I think defensively they conceded a lorry load of goals, and if Perez and Rondon are on form, then you have to say that Newcastle should win this game, maybe by 1 or 2-0. For me, Rondon's been fantastic for Newcastle, and he scored a fantastic goal against Liverpool, and he's just been announced as the club's player of the year. You know, you can't. Obviously, there was a couple of players like Sir Fabian Schär, Isaac Perez, we mentioned it on the radio show on NE1 FM, which is on Sunday night. I should mention that as well. After the Fulham game, so we'll have a massive reaction after the Fulham game as well on NE1 FM. But yeah, for me, Rondon's done superb this season, and we have to sign him up. We really, really do. He's been magnificent in terms of his hold-up play, the goals that he's managed to get. I think that was his 10th Premier League goal of the season. For £16 million, and in the current market, for me, that is a really good value for money. So sign him up, Rafa. Oh, not Rafa, Lee Charnley. Please just sign this guy up, because we'll make the most of it for next season if Rafa is still in charge. And I think we'll end this preview with Rafa Benitez. This potentially could be his last game at the football club. There was a lovely little article, or a lovely little message that I saw. The fact that when Newcastle, I think, released a statement or something in 2012, they talked about how Manchester United had Sir Alex Ferguson and Arsene Wenger at Arsenal, and the fact that they had this manager for a long period of time give the club stability. Well, Rafa Benitez has been here 3 years, and if they can get another 3 years out of him, 6 years of stability, I think it makes a lot of sense. And we're talking about a manager that could go to most clubs in Europe. I think he is that good, and I think if we lose him, then whoever comes in really, they're not going to be as good tactically as Rafa Benitez as well. So hopefully the fans that are going down there can make loads of noise. I know a few of the lads that aren't, a few of my mates that are going down there, really looking forward to the game, and just cheering on the team and cheering on Rafa Benitez. I think it'll be a love fest in the away end, or the neutral end, or whatever it is at Craven Cottage. But yeah, a real Rafa, just to tell him to stay, want him to stay so much. And the fact that Lee Charnley needs to do his job, Mike Ashley needs to do his job, and trying to tie this man down. But yeah, it's going to be a crucial few months. But this is the last preview of the current season. My prediction for this game is Fulham 0, Newcastle 2. I think it'll be Rondon and Perez that'll get the goals if you want to cheeky bet. There's loads of betting companies nowadays. So yeah, Fulham 0, Newcastle 2 is my prediction. You've got a 1 to 11 coming up this week as well. And we've also got the radio show on Sunday night, which will be great if you can listen along. So yeah, like and subscribe to Newcastle Fans TV, and we'll see you for all the reaction on Sunday night.